I have a little quote in which I say, and this is a mantra and a philosophy that I have lived with all my life. It goes like this: dream a little dream, but dream big in that little dream. Nobody has ever become successful without having the courage to first dream. So don't be stingy on your dreams, don't get cautious on your dreams. Dream, and that dream can be a small dream. But in that small dream, dream a big dream. Dream freely, dream openly. And when you come out of that dream, have the courage to take the first step into it, in making it happen. Don't wait for things to be perfect. They are never going to be perfect. If you wait for perfection, things will never happen. Take that plunge, take that dive, and just see magic happen after that. This is Rahul on tCAS. For the audiences tuning in, my name is Rahul Shah. I am a communications speaker, trainer, consultant. I've been working with multinational corporations around the region for the past 15 years, as well as civil service organizations, helping them to communicate more effectively, helping them with their messaging, helping to upskill and upgrade their teams so that they become a lot more effective and efficient in the way that they communicate through conversations, through storytelling, through the way they influence, they persuade, and the way they sell. So that's a bit about what I do. For the past 4 years, I've also been running a social initiative where we hope to make personal development as easily accessible by making it cost-free, barrier-free to as many people as possible through my platform called Up Your Game Community. So if you've not heard about Up Your Game Community yet, please follow us on Facebook. You can find out more about the work that we are doing. It has been a great 4 years, and we are going to be hitting our 5th year next year. I don't have a superhero story that is, of a rags to riches kind of a story. But I guess we all have some kind of a roller coaster that we go through in life, a journey that takes us from point A to point B. So my point A really, I have really had 2 point A's, if I were to be honest with you. One is as a student, that transformation that I had from a shy, timid, introverted boy who was so scared of speaking to people, having his voice heard, always feeling very intimidated by people looking at him, into eventually growing to someone who represented his school in public speaking competitions, debate competitions, went on to head his student council. So that was my first transformation, and that really helped me with my confidence building, self-esteem development, and being able to step up onto the stage and build a certain presence around myself. Those skills came in really important and useful later on in my career, and then that's where my second transformation comes in, where the journey of my career really starts off as a warehouse packer. Alright, not many people know this about me, but my first job really was about packing clothes in a warehouse, and from there, earning $5 an hour, the transformation to where I am today, being able to command an average of over $5,000 a day in speaking and training fees. So that's my superhero story. And at the center of all of this really is the ability to communicate effectively, efficiently, and being able to build great relationships with people so that they're able to buy into you, they like you enough to trust you, and therefore creating a lot more opportunities for myself and the people around me. I think winning in life is a very broad term. To me, winning in life really means celebrating every step forward. No matter how small, no matter how trivial that step may be, if you're able to find celebration in that to me is winning every day in life. It can be the simplest thing like celebrating being able to wake up today in the morning, celebrating being able to go out there and enjoy the sunshine, celebrating one more day of living a life of meaning and purpose, celebrating one more day of doing things that we are choosing to do for ourselves, whether it's for passion or for profit. So the celebration of the small things in life really, to me, is what living a winning life really means. That's an interesting question because very recently, for those of you who have not watched Avengers Endgame yet, I suggest you forward the next 30 seconds. But recently in Endgame, when Thor goes back in time and he's visiting his mother tells Thor this, because when Thor tells his mother that he feels like a failure, his mother looks at him and tells him, yes, you are a failure, just like everybody else. So I think we all fail at some point in our lives. Some of us in fact fail very often at a lot of things that we do in life. But that doesn't make us losers. Right? Failing is something that's part and parcel of life. As long as you're trying to do something, you're trying to work towards something, it's inevitable that you are going to fail. But through those failings come lessons, come experiences that we can build on to eventually achieve success. So, to me, a losing life comes in only two parts or two options to lose. Number one is when we choose to give up after a failure, or number two, worse still, when we choose not to try at all. Is when we don't even put in the effort, we don't even decide to give it a shot or give it an attempt. So there are only two scenarios in which we ever lose. One is when we give up, or one is when we don't even try. So if you ever had a dream or a goal or an inspiration or an aspiration and you have ever given up on it because of failure, or you have not even given it a shot or taken that first step, then you have probably been losing all this while. But it does not mean that you've got to keep losing. You can always turn that into a winning life by starting now. So it's never too late to start. I spent a large chunk of my 20 years, if I were to answer the question about what's my one biggest regret in life, I've spent, since from the time I was 21 to 30, I've dedicated an entire decade. It was a very rewarding decade in terms of material success. I mean, I started businesses, I got involved in ventures, in partnerships. I have done all kinds of things from publishing books to being one of the youngest international speakers at that point in time, to go out there and speak. I have been involved in magazine publications. I have started an incubator where we have started successful startups. So there's a whole lot of things I've done in that one decade. And so it materially has been extremely rewarding because there's a lot of recognition, acknowledgement, and all of that. However, it came at a very expensive price and cost, which was personal time. It was about living life. So it was like being on this relentless pursuit of not knowing what. Every day you're gaining more and more and more material things, and you are enjoying that. It's like a drug. But the moment that the effect of the drug wears off, the next morning you are back to square one, and you just are again just desperate for even more, and you don't understand why it's like that. And it's never enough, right? So it took an entire decade before I realized that life is not about how much material things you gain, but life is really about living life with meaning and purpose, and knowing what you want and taking a more conscious, a more focused, a more controlled effort towards your existence and life. So I think it took me a long time to get out of that rat race, but when I eventually did, it was a really fulfilling moment. So one thing I can advise a lot of you young viewers to do is, even before you start now, take a hard look at what exactly do you want out of your life. It's not in terms of what you want to work as or what kind of businesses you want to start, but what kind of life do you expect out of it? So what's the meaning, what's the purpose of your life and existence? When you come to the final chapter of your life and you're summarizing your entire life, what do you want that final chapter to look like? So start now, because that will give you a lot more focus, a lot more direction to have a more sensible journey moving forward. If I can share one life lesson with you, I would really break that one life lesson up into 3 P's, right? The first P is to reshift your perspectives. There is a lot of narratives in society today that's going to distract you into thinking the way that society wants you to think. For example, the definition of success. Society has its own yardstick, its own measure of success today, and a lot of times it's very tangible. For example, a lot of people are going to walk up to you and try to measure your success or get you to measure your success in terms of where you graduated from, where is your degree from, how much of money are you earning, how big your house is, what kind of fancy car are you driving, or how branded are the articles that you are wearing. So society is going to try to impose onto you their version of success. But that version of success may not necessarily align with your ideal success. So be comfortable in living life by your standards, by forming your own perspectives about how you look at things, whether it's success, whether it's health, whether it's well-being, whether it's relationships, whether it is life goals. Have that courage to measure this, to define this, to look at this from your own perspective, from your own vision. And it's okay if that goes against society's version of it, or society's definition of it. So long as it brings you joy, pride, happiness, it doesn't matter. So number one, reshift your perspectives, make it your own your perspectives. Don't get so easily swayed and influenced by what the general community or the general society expects of you, because that way you're always going to be trying to accommodate somebody else. The second P will be to relook your priorities. Once you've reshifted your perspective, it's going to help you to reset your priorities, to relook your priorities. Because, say for example, if money does not factor into my version of success by raising a happy family, then automatically my priority now becomes spending more time with my loved ones and finding a greater work-life balance, so that I can go out there, still work to earn enough to sustain my family. But I know at the end of the day, one of these I want to come back home and have happy, joyous moments with my loved ones. So once you shift your perspective, it's going to help you to redefine and relook your priorities as well. So have your priorities sorted out. Know what's exactly important to you, to make you feel like you have a control of your life and really doing what you want to do. I think that's the most important thing. And the third thing is, after you've reshifted your perspectives and relooked your priorities, the third thing is about people. Revisit who are the people that you're surrounding yourself with. There's an old adage that says your network is your net worth, and it cannot be more true. The people that you surround yourself with are going to be the people who are going to be influencing you, who are going to rub off some effect on you, who are going to be the ones that are going to inspire you. So they can either form the shackles around your ankles, like I say, or they can form the wings on your back. They're going to help to elevate you, lift you up, and give you flight. So choose who are these people that you're surrounding yourself. Are there a bunch of naysayers? They've always got nothing good to say. They're always backbiting. They're always, more worried about criticizing and putting down other people. They get their sense of self-worth by stepping onto other people, or other kind of individuals that are there to always be supportive, encouraging, lend a helping hand, there to help you pave your way forward. So, surround yourself with the right people who are empowering you rather than the people who are holding you back. So be strategic about that, be conscious about that. So really 3 P's, that's the one lesson, and it's a bit elaborated, but the one lesson I'll really share with everyone is to really look at the 3 P's in your life: your perspectives, your priorities, and your people. To me, a winning life is very simple. Being able to celebrate the smallest steps forwards in life, and at the end of the day, being able to come back home and being able to sleep in peace, knowing that you're living a life of meaning and purpose. That to me is a winning life. I think that's about it. Find me on Facebook, find me on LinkedIn, Rahul Shah. You know how I look like by now. So just search for Rahul Shah, connect with me there, or you could drop me a WhatsApp message at +65 9047 1666, or email me at pathrelays@yahoo.com.sg. So some of the things that we do at Up Your Game is, besides organizing monthly meetups to make personal development accessible to people around the region, is that we have actually started selling some books and publications, one of which you are seeing on your camera screen, that's co-authored and curated by selected subject experts and thought leaders that we have access to. The proceeds from these books actually go towards running programs for the back-of-pack communities or marginalized communities, such as people with disabilities, refugees, or people who are from lower income stratus of society. So, usually these books are going for $20 a piece, but just for tCAS community, we're willing to offer this at a discounted rate of $15 a book. So, all proceeds go back to the efforts that we have to be helping the communities in need. So not only do you get a book that fills you with more inspiration, more ideas for success, but it also goes towards benefiting other people as well. This is Rahul on tCAS.